Let's get to Memphis for Martin Luther King Day, where Gary Payton, Luol Deng, Nancy Lieberman, and Eddie George were in attendance as they were honored with the 2023 National Civil Rights Sports Legacy Award. Grizzlies hosting the Suns. Three-pointers were flying early by both teams. Ja Morant and Mikal Bridges exchanged three-pointers. Inside we go. Big fella, DeAndre Ayton with the deuce. Side note here, if you've never been to Memphis to see the Lorraine Hotel where Dr. King passed away at, I've been many, many times in my life. You have to go do that. You can literally still feel Dr. King's energy in that place, all right? Take your boy's word for it. Back to the highlight. Mikal Bridges' and one cuts the Suns' deficit down to 3 at the half. Third quarter, Ja Morant finding Desmond Bane, who, if he don't do nothing else, he's going to shoot three-pointers and make three-pointers. Grizzlies starting to get away. Jaren Jackson, chest to chest, man to man. It's what you put in the gym versus what I did, and Jaren Jackson likes his chances with the and one finish. Morant about to take over this highlight. You know he's Mr. Walking your trap and take over your trap. Ja Morant, he riding the rental car. Look at him. He can't guard me. He can't guard me. Morant on his Grizzly, going right at DeAndre Ayton and scoring and yelling at Ayton. Bade drills the trifecta. He had 28 points. Brandon Clark, like, ain't no fun if the homie can't get done. That's a poster. 29 points, 7 assists for Ja Morant. Memphis beats up on the depleted Suns, still without Chris Paul and Devin Booker, by 30 on Martin Luther King Day. Speaking of Gary Payton, while he was getting honored, he also was watching what seemed to be his new favorite player in the league, obviously outside of his son. Recently on a podcast with Kevin Garnett, GP said this: there's only one player that I really like who's really, really tough, and that's Ja. I like him a lot. I think he's got a lot of dog in him. I think he doesn't back down from anybody, and he gets it. He gets the game. I like what he was just saying just now, that he's not scared of anybody in the West, and he's going to get a Golden State helmet on Christmas. You know what I'm saying? I like when he says stuff like that. So it got me to kind of just thinking here with Ja Morant playing spectacular MVP level basketball this year for Memphis, who's right there in the thick of things out west. It's really been Memphis and Denver, which marked it the second year in a row that, you know, Memphis is right there in the thick of things for the top seed out west. Phoenix was so great last year. Denver seems like they might be that this year, but we'll see what happens. It's a lot closer between Memphis and Denver than it was last year with Memphis and Phoenix. But anywho, my question for you guys: Gary Payton believes Ja Morant is the best point guard in the NBA, clearly, right? He's the only one guy he watches. And if he does think that, what do you think? Has Ja Morant become the NBA's best point guard? Now, in another video, we're going to talk about something else. But for this conversation, we're talking about, actually, is he the best point guard? I don't think so. All right, I want to be clear with you guys. There's another video that we're going to talk about something totally different with Ja, and has he become the most electrifying player in the league? That's a different conversation. I don't think Ja's there yet, and I want to be, you know, really clear about this. Ja is well on his way, all right? But I still got Steph Curry over Ja Morant. I do. A lot of people will disagree with me on that one. You know, I still do. I still believe Steph Curry is so great at shooting the basketball that puts him above pretty much anything else out there, even somebody great as Ja Morant. Like, Ja's going to have to become, to me, I'm just being honest, he's going to have to become probably 5% better shooting the three ball. He's not even bad right now, but he would have to be probably 5 to 7% better shooting the three ball for me to really entertain the Steph convo, because I just got that much respect for Steph. That's how much respect I got for Steph. Still can't put Ja over Luka. I can't do it. I just can't. I don't go there yet just because Luka is so great in the paint. And by the way, Luka gives Ja Morant and Memphis fits every time he plays them. So those two, if you want to count Luka as a point guard, yeah. I do believe Ja has surpassed the Damian Lillard conversations. I think a lot of people have surpassed by Dame this year. Dame's still scoring the ball unbelievably, but some other things are not there like they used to be for my guy Dame Lillard. But that's the conversation. No, I don't agree with Gary Payton, who clearly thinks Ja's that guy in the NBA right now from the point guard perspective. I'm not there yet. I still give it up to guys like Steph. But Ja is with his athleticism, he's going to make these conversations really tough. He is really Derrick Rose in this thing right now. Now, the NBA is so much better today at the star level than it was when Derrick Rose was really having his way. Like, you got a lot of guys that could give you buckets any given night right now. But I still believe Ja is closing in Derrick Rose territory, which if he does get there, he will be the best point guard in the league.